The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed, says the federal government is committed more than ever before to create an enabling environment for community radio stations to thrive in the country. According to him, government-owned radio stations are facing many challenges, and it is getting more difficult to service them due to dwindling and competing demands for resources. The minister said the government will play its part to ensure a conducive environment for community radio stations to thrive, but that the private sector will have to come in and UNESCO will build capacity.
Government's involvement in community radio is not actually for government to own those community radio stations. I think it's for government to provide the enabling environment. Of course, government may own some, but I think the emphasis is on the private sector and other very critical stakeholders to invest in these community radio stations. It's not just for government. Just like you have a proliferation of FM and radio stations owned by private individuals, the community radio will not be an exception. People will go there. Of course, why government will need to come in and why UNESCO and other partners will have to come in to support is because the more the more you move closer to the people, the less attractive it becomes in terms of revenue generation. In the rural areas, for example, not much of economic activity is there to support some of these ventures, but government will be able to come to their aid, and that is why UNESCO is also coming with training, in some cases even making available some of the equipment that we may require in the setting up of that. Of course, it's not to abdicate responsibility. Government will not abdicate its responsibility, but it's going to encourage the private sector to play a major part. Licensing and regulation is largely that of government. It is government that does licensing, it is government that does regulation. But the bulk of the other activities, government will encourage private sector players to come in. And like I said, in providing those licensing, government will pay attention to those who actually want to set up this community radio station. You don't just collect these licenses and go and keep them in your drawers or in your handbags and just say you own a license of a radio station. By the way, we are grateful to UNESCO for all that it is doing to partner with us in deepening the process of information dissemination and curbing the menace of fake news in this country. Of note is the establishment of the MIL, the Media and Information Literacy, that UNESCO has graciously approved for this country, and for which government is putting structures in place so that it can take off as soon as possible.